Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Doctor Who. I don't know if they're calling it a reboot or what, season 1 again of Doctor Who.
Yes, they're calling it season 1. Because it's new. It's all new, guys. Now it's all new because the Doctor's black and gay, so it's all new. It's a whole reset.
It's
season 1, and it's 14, but they're saying it's season 1.
New Who, or Boo Hoo, rather, because the numbers are not good. They're coming in, and I think a lot of people are tuning out. It's a fantastic jumping off point if you haven't jumped off already. And this show is not my cup of tea. I'm just gonna put that out there. And look, I love Doctor Who for years. Again, I've said before, up through Capaldi, it was probably my favorite show. And I gave Jodie Whittaker a chance. It wasn't that good. You guys had already noped out. And I was actually kind of excited that Russell T Davies was coming back with David Tennant.
Until Russell T Davies started opening his mouth.
Until Russell T Davies opened his mouth. And so the first couple episodes dropped on Disney Plus. We don't know what they're going to do on Disney Plus, but the BBC numbers are not good. And the Radio Times is actually reporting on that. And they're usually up the BBC's ass like nothing. So let's.
Joke there, but I won't make it anyway.
Let's talk about this. It seems like the Doctor has twerked away the audience, and look, they've said that they wanted the audience to go away if they were going to be bigots and homophobes and transphobes.
But here's the kicker: just saying I don't know why you changed it. I don't understand this. Why you're doing this makes you a bigot, a racist, a transphobe, a hater, according to these people.
It's all it takes.
But they want TikTok really, really, really bad, which we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about that because, they turned Doctor Who into a musical. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, yada, 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 yada. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Now we need to segue into a musical number or something because that seems to be what they're doing with this show. Okay. So, look, before we get into the numbers, just want to point out that at every opportunity given, the showrunner, the show's star, the co-star, they've told the audience to go away.
Before you get into that, can we just take a moment to look at what they're wearing? We've got like the Piano Ma'am and Reynolds Wrap.
Piano Ma'am, sing me a song, Piano Ma'am.
And then Reynolds Wrap going on over here.
Reynolds Wrap.
He's got a tinfoil hat. He's got the whole tinfoil vest.
Oh my God. Reynolds Wrap and Piano Ma'am. There we go. So this is Jinx Monsoon, who I don't know. I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't think that's their real name. I could be mistaken, but I doubt that highly.
It's short for Jinkies. For every transphobic, racist, bigoted Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for the representation. So to those fans who are not fans, I say, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Okay, whoa. So if you don't like their obviously over the top agenda driven whatever, which even they're saying, oh, it's representation, then you're a phobic bigot and you're the ones who kept the show around for years. But that's okay. We're going to find new fans on TikTok who are only here for representation. The fans coming in for representation. You just fucking told everyone what you're trying to do with the show. You got Davies out there going, because I'm a gay man and because of gay representation, mental health of kids, TikTok. And I'm like, well, I would argue that the mental health of kids has gotten worse because of TikTok, but that's a whole other argument.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about you seeing yourself. It's all about them. It's very narcissistic. The whole thing is very narcissistic.
Yeah, well, this article from Deadline, right? So this is one of many, many things. And Davies has made comments to this effect, too, that, hey, if you don't like it, you can leave. Ncuti Gatwa said, if you don't like it, you can leave.
All the bigots and transphobes, ruin Doctor Who. It's like, you just told everybody, if you don't like this, leave. Yeah,
but they also seem to think that for every person that leaves, they're going to get 3 to 5 new people.
That's what they just said. Good luck with that, especially if they take away TikTok.
Yeah, right. This comes from Deadline. We'll get back to this one. Let's talk about the numbers, and then we'll see where we're at. So the Radio Times has the numbers for the BBC, and they're not good. Doctor Who ratings revealed for season 14 launch after early iPlayer debut. The overnight ratings for Doctor Who's season 14 launch episodes, Space Babies and The Devil's Cord.
There's 2.
Yep, have been revealed as Ncuti Gatwa well and truly takes over the keys to the TARDIS. Space Babies, the first episode, was watched by 2.6 million viewers, with The Devil's Cord, the second, having an overnight audience of 2.4 million.
You lost 0.2 just from the first to the second episode.
Yeah. While the overnight figures are close to the lowest ever for the show, with Legend of the Sea Devils only securing an overnight audience of 2.2 million in 2022. It's not the whole story. It doesn't include viewers who watched on the iPlayer, who will be more significant than ever.
Right, because you're going for TikTok. And then are they going to be like, oh, because it doesn't count Disney Plus numbers, that you're never going to be told what they are?
Yeah, we're never going to know what it actually gets on Disney Plus. I can tell you, though, Disney being in the situation they're in financially, they agreed to bankroll 2 seasons of this. If this thing doesn't pull big numbers, they are not going to bankroll more.
I'm waiting for the press release. Oh my gosh, the new Doctor Who was the biggest opening on a whatever night of the week at a 11 or 12:03 a.m. to 12:10 a.m. ever.
In Zimbabwe, it's the most watched show from between...
Broke records.
Yeah, broke records. Season 14 of Doctor Who marks many firsts. It's the first to launch with a double bill, with 2 episodes being available at once. That's probably a Disney thing. The first to debut episodes early on iPlayer before airing them on the BBC one day or later that day. It's also the first season after the BBC's deal with Disney, meaning episodes are being transmitted globally at the same time. They said that the Christmas special got 10.1 million plays on the iPlayer, setting a new record according to the BBC. Now, some people told me that the Christmas special, like, people just like leave that crap on. You know, they just turn it on and leave it on all day, whatever's on. But I think a lot of people wanted to check it out to see if he was any good. I mean, this happened with Jodie Whittaker too. When
then they dropped a lot.
It did drop a lot.
So people don't think it's very good. Plus, if you're out there actively telling your audience you don't want them, if they have any qualms about it, you're automatically a bigot and a phobe.
They're not. Yeah, they're trying to be like guys, it doesn't tell the whole story, and I love it when they do this. They're like, well, God, Jodie Whittaker's. I saw a video. There's a guy that did. He actually name checked us and some other YouTubers.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's people he doesn't like, and I think
kisses.
Yeah. But he's like, oh, Doctor Who YouTubers. I'm like, we're not Doctor Who YouTubers. But he was going on about how, well, Clownfish, all they do is talk about the numbers. I'm like, yeah.
Because that's like, only there was a metric to prove what we were saying. Oh, yeah, it's called the number.
But he was even like, well,
don't hurt my feelings with facts.
Yeah, but he was even like, well, that doesn't tell the whole story, and they focus too much on the numbers. I'm like, no, because I'm going to tell you, look, I'm a guy from a corporate background. That's all they fucking care about at the end of the day is the numbers. Or people watch this show, is it making us money? That's all they care about.
I don't understand what other part of the story is there. Because at the end of the day, the numbers tell you what the audience actually is. You're like saying it's this, you're making these big flowery speeches about this platform, that. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, how many people are actually giving it their time and watching it? That's what numbers are for the mathematically challenged morons.
Oh my God, this has got to be Disney. Figures are also likely to have been affected by good weather in the UK.
If it's good, I don't care. If you're willing to watch your show, even if it's nice weather out, I'll watch my show. If it's something I'm waiting to watch, I'm going to watch my show.
Well, that's what the next time a Disney movie bombs at the box office in summer, I'm going to say, well, it was too nice out. People didn't want to go to the theater.
You can't blame COVID anymore, so they're going to blame good weather. But
they blamed the freaking hurricane and the cold. They blamed the cold, the rain. They blamed.
Disney does. Here's my thing. It's like, no, what they're trying to do is they're trying to hold out for a few days and then say, oh, here's the numbers over a course of this many days. It looked much better.
Exactly. I think a lot of people checked out. I think a lot of people noped out.
Really weird Winifred Sanderson.
That's what everybody said. So this character here, the Maestro.
I think that's what's tied to why there's musical numbers.
Yeah, the Maestro had to correct this dude on pronoun usage. I saw a clip. I'm like, oh, come
serious?
Yeah, this is the second time in what, like 3 or 4 episodes that we've had pronoun usage correction. With Russell T. Davies.
So we have, and he's basically in that interview, which we're going to look at, basically, it's about representation, it's about, mental health of kids. So we're really pushing for kids to come on board Doctor Who, and how we're pushing for kids to come on board Doctor Who. We're going to keep talking about all the different representations we can have.
Yeah, so this is coming from Deadline. We'll bounce around a little bit here. They're doing damage control, like major damage control. This is one of many, many articles. And I don't remember Davies getting this much press back in the day. He just kind of like worked on the show and that was it. All right. Deadline to Davies. As you stated, the times and cultural climate have certainly changed, especially since you were last at the helm of Doctor Who in 2010.
It hasn't changed that much.
No, and his Doctor Who was pretty gay. It was. Torchwood was, pretty gay. But it wasn't like annoyingly gay. That's a different thing, I think.
We used to have a lot of shows that were, but they weren't like over the top, ridiculous about it. But that was, Captain Jack Harkness. That's why. I mean, so what?
I mean, that was true of his run on Doctor Who. That was true of Torchwood. It was true of the Sarah Jane Chronicles. Like, what were the kids called today? Queer coding. There was a lot of queer coding.
Yeah, because that's all he can write, apparently. So they said this about the thing that particularly jumped out to me was the mental health of it all. The Doctor Ruby Sunday seem more introspective about their backgrounds or lack thereof in this exploration of their identity crisis. Go ahead, you can read.
Davey says, it's a world in a world which everybody's on the spectrum. It's a world now in which the greatest thing we can do is reach out to people and try to help in matters of mental health.
Well, I do think mental health needs to be better addressed. But I think some of the sources of mental health issues are what you guys are pandering to.
I would agree with that. To all young people, more so than ever, we need to reach out to them, say, express yourself. Tell us when you're unhappy and actually tell us when you're happy.
Oh, translation. To all the young people, we need to reach out to them, make sure that they know that they can come with the Doctor Who because we're pandering to them. And they need to tell us what they're happy about. Make sure you tell Disney that you're really happy about this episode so we get more.
I'm not young, but I'm telling you what I'm unhappy about.
No, you don't count because you're just a bigot and they're going to replace you with TikToker.
That's okay. They're going to
get everything that goes with it.
They're going to get 3 more. Yes, exactly. They're going to get 3
more.
One of the glorious things about TikTok is they can all dance and show themselves having enormous fun in their bedrooms. It's not all misery. There's real joy in being a teenager.
In their bedroom, they're having enormous joy in their bedrooms, dancing on TikTok, and you're talking about children dancing in their bedrooms on TikTok.
So yeah, let's. They said this season has so much more zaniness than in previous iterations. Now Doctor Who has a Disney budget. How has that amplified your approach for the new season? I wanted the show to be fun and a bit nuts. They don't want to stick rigidly to the 3-act structure.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one is definitely goofy AF.
The writing is about heart and the pulse that sparks in the brain. Writing is about psychology. It's understanding people and why they do what they do, but you're telling your audience, we don't want to understand you. You're a bunch of bigots. Go away.
I want the show to laugh in the face of those rules.
Well, there's a lot of laughing in the face of a lot of things.
Oh my God. Yeah. So here they go about the music. Let's talk about this because so far what I've seen of the new Doctor Who is it's a fucking musical. There's a clip floating around out here and it's basically Hairspray.
That's what it feels like.
Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is not Doctor Who. This is not Doctor Who. Then we had the Goblin dance. They're going on about TikTok.
They pushed very strong to TikTok. Yeah. Oh, and this person too posted it. They wrote Doctor was still very back, and I absolutely love that Russell T Davies saw that all the Doctor woke hate on Twitter was like, oh, you think him being a black guy was woke? Look at this nerds. And then he does this on purpose. And then anytime anybody says about not being Doctor Who, he also writes, I'm having a really fun time replying to the trolls and the replies to this with the same clip over and over, and immediately muting them. It's so cathartic. I'm like, with your 285 followers.
I don't give.
Well, you didn't mute 10 people?
I don't give a fuck. I mean, here, look, if you like what Doctor Who is now and you want it to be a fucking musical, a cringy TikTok musical, fantastic. I checked out during Jodie Whittaker's era. This is like, weirdly, this is like a 180 though, because Whittaker's era was way too damn serious and completely up its own ass. And this one is up its own ass.
Not as serious, but also up ass.
Uppo.
Up at least 2 or 3 asses.
Yeah. So they have to address that. Davies keeps saying, hey, it's not a musical, guys. It's not a musical, but that's all that they're pushing. And I think they've push the audience away because people are like, there's no singing and dancing in Doctor Who. And that's all we've seen is singing and dancing in Doctor Who. And, the biggest sin, you didn't undo the Timeless Children retcon, so Doctor's not even a Time Lord. I don't even know what the fuck the show is now.
Well, see, when Russell T Davies wrote it before, like, he still tried to stick to the fact that it was Doctor Who, at least. I mean, he had some things in there, but it was mostly still sticking to the fact that it was Doctor Who. But then he went to go do Queer as Folk and Sin, It's a Sin and all that. And then after that, then he's like, well, I'm just going to make it what I want it to be. Yeah. There's your problem. You guys are custodians of an IP. You're not supposed to be making it all over to be just like a representation of yourself. That's not what this is about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a well-polished turd. I mean, it looks good. I'm not going back. There's nothing. I was really excited. This is what's so frustrating because I don't get excited about much anymore, because I've seen like every damn franchise I love get burnt down by a bunch of activists in the last 5 to 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. But in this case, it's like, okay, Russell T Davies is coming back. They're bringing David Tennant back. And I'm willing to give the new Doctor a chance because he brought Doctor Who back before and it might be okay. Mm-hmm. And just right out of the freaking gate, they brought David Tennant back just to drag his ass, chastise him for not being a woman anymore. And then we had the pronoun lecture. And, we're getting a lot of dancing and twerking and shit. And Russell T Davies and Ncuti Gatwa are both out there actively telling people to tune out. They want you to tune out.
Nobody tells Davies no, so tell Davies no.
Well, Disney's going to tell Davies no. He said that if it wasn't for Disney, they probably wouldn't have the money to do more Doctor Who. And I don't think Disney is going to cut another check. They don't own this thing. They're cutting back on their budgets. I think they already allotted, the 2 seasons or whatever. I think after this, they're probably done. I can't see them.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. Well, they said that, the show's over when the fat lady sings. So,
I don't think she's that fat. Sorry, they're that fat.
Okay. Wow. Anyway, I don't think they're that much of a lady either.
The show's over when the piano ma'am sings.
The show's over
Sing
when...
us the song. You're the piano ma'am.
The piano ma'am. So good luck. Like, look, and I want to be clear. If you like the fucking show, I don't care.
Sing us a song tonight. Your song is shit and we're over it. It's time to say goodbye. Yeah, I think we need to wrap this one up. I look forward to rapidly declining numbers, and I hate to be the guy that says I told you so, but you know what? Everybody told you so. This is not a good idea. Like if you told me during Peter Capaldi's era when he was doing episodes like Heaven Sent that they were going to turn Doctor Who into a musical, Disney was going to get involved and turn it into a fucking musical, I would have said you're mental, but here we are. Here we are. We're going to wrap it up. Yep. Please subscribe. We'll talk later. Bye.